So yeah, hi, this is Devasis Raut. So we learned for the accessibility modifier, like definition and four accessibility levels, keywords, that is private, protected. We learned in descriptive way for the protected part. So we are now being left behind for the keywords like public, private and default. And for the protected part we have read. So if we'll go through the public part. But the public part, if you go, like we have told, like I told you, public can be used or can be accessed all over. Like a public member of a class can be accessed within that same class, or maybe outside of that class, maybe inside the package, maybe outside the package. Okay, it can be available throughout the project. Anyone can access it for the public. Okay, also from another project also we can access the public type of member. Okay, so if you will tell, like the class and its members each have public keyword in its creation statement. Okay, in its creation statement are called public members. Okay, and those members can be accessible from all places of Java application. Okay, those members can be accessible from all places of Java application. Okay, so if we will moving forward with this, so we learned about the public part, and we learned about the private part, and we learned about the protected part, all these things. Only one type of accessibility is remaining, that is default one. So what is default? So default is that we should make a note. If we do not if we do not use any of the above three accessibility modifier, modifiers, then package level is the default modifier of class and its members. It means that class and its members are not accessible from outside of that package. Okay, like this is an important thing. Like if we'll go by example, let's create one class. Okay, just creating one class. I'm telling that it's a sample class. Okay, I'm just creating. So if we'll see here, whenever I'm creating here sample one, like in the package label, am I giving any package name? No, I am not giving any name for this package. So if I am not specifying any package name for this class, then by default it is taking default. You can see here it is telling we will take it as a default one. Okay, if I will finish and will create the class, let's create a class, then you can also see from here. Okay, I'm just bringing you the magnifier. Okay, you can see here it's coming, but it's coming default package. Okay, it's coming like default package. Here you can see it's coming default package. Okay, so if I am not specifying any of the package name, then it will come it as default package. Okay, so let's see one thing. Public are allowed in the class, is it correct? Yeah. If I'll not specify any modifier, then it is called as a default class. Okay, if I'll not specify anything, this is called as a default class. Okay, default class. Okay, if I'll not specify anything. So moving forward, if we have in a public class sum, so it's a public type. Okay, correct. So let's, if we can place private here in the class level, are we able to create private? No, it's telling that illegal. Okay, illegal modifier for the class sample, only public, abstract and final are permitted. So for the class, we can give here public or like abstract or like final, we cannot give private. Okay, now one thing is remaining, default is done, default is okay, default class it is okay. Yes or no? Private it's not okay, giving compile time error. Okay. But one thing is remaining. Here we saw that private is not allowed, but default is allowed. Okay. Public also allowed. We saw previously. It is allowed. Okay. Public is allowed, default is allowed, private is not allowed. Okay. Let's see about protected. Protected. So if we can see protected is allowed or not allowed. Protected class. So here also coming error. What error is coming? That same error, because modifier it also not allowed for the class name. Okay, that same error it came. So you got assumption from that is public is allowed and default is allowed. Okay, not protected and private. Okay, so if we'll keep this one. Or you all and this one is for class. Okay, which class, the class we can assign what keyword, private or public or default or protected, what we were going to be adding. For class level we get clear, like default it is allowed, private not allowed, public allowed, protected not allowed. Sorry, I kept it allowed. Yeah. It's not allowed. So I got these things. Okay, only two words allowed. We got that. Public and default are allowed in the keyword to class name. Okay. Let's check about the so here it is. Okay, let's move on. We'll check about the variable part. We'll test. Let's say here if I'll place private data equal to name, and here if I'll write like protected, another variable will be there, or else it will show like duplicate. So here I'm writing public int z, and here if you will not write anything, then it will take taken as default one. Okay, so let's say here what is the issue, I is double protected. Okay, okay, so why it is showing the error for the private one? Is it showing some error? No, it's not error, it's just a warning. Okay, it's just a warning, nothing else. So private is allowed at variable level, protected is allowed at variable level, public is also allowed at variable level, and default is also allowed at variable level. Okay, this is for the variable level. Okay. Okay. moving forward. So like if I am going to, let's take another classes. Class level we got, variable we got, and method is there. Okay. So if we'll go by the method one, so let's say what it is allowed. Main, set the main, like we'll be telling a private string medicine. Okay. So private method we have created and it is allowed and is going good. Nothing problem is there. Okay. You can see here nothing problem is there. Okay. So let's check about the, so like protected, if we are taking it, protected void medicine, and protected is also allowed, nothing is coming there warning. So let's check about the public. Are we going to able to place the public keyword here? Medicine 2. Yes, public keyword also we are able to place. Let's check about the default one. Void signature 3. Okay, so we saw that for the variable and for the method, both have the same accessibility things, both having public, private, protected, and public, and non and no accessibility modifier is there, so it is treated as default one. So default we are able to place, public we are able to place, protected we are able to place, and private we are able to place. Okay, this much is clear. So moving forward it. Okay. So like here if we can see for the variable part, we are able to place all the keyword before the variable. And here also we are able to, in a method case, all the variables we are able to place. Okay. So it's good. So like we learn about the private one, protected one, and we learned about the default one, and we learned about the public ones. Okay. So like if we'll see class level we have saw, then this is like variable. Okay. Variable level, and like if you'll see here it is like, sorry, it's not static, it is method level. Okay, so method level we got the clarity, and we got about the variable level also. Okay. So I think that much is about the accessibility modifier. The accessibility modifier usually states that like what are the things is private and what are the things which will be placed under protected, like the scenarios what I have told. And Also we read about here the examples here, like what will the effect for variable level, what will be effect for the method level. Okay, not allowed, like protected is not allowed here in the class level, public is allowed, private is not allowed. Okay, the allowed things are public, abstract and final. Okay, but default is allowed. Okay, we learned about the public, what is public, and these examples of protected ones. Okay, so this much we read about it, and this much I think is the finish for the learning of these things. So at modifier are not a big one, so it is smaller. So any question comes, please mention in the comment. I am just eager to answer you. Okay, and thank you for your patience hearing. Okay, bye bye.